Am I behind? Is anybody else in here? All right. Hey, Ashley, give me my phone.
I don't have a phone.
Oh, that's great. I'll have it.
She's crying.
I can't. Let's see your phone.
I don't have it here.
Where's that? Is it upstairs?
Yeah. Click on the YouTube button.
There's really nothing about this. It's really over there. Hey, it's 8:30, right? All right. Looks like we're getting some folks up in here now. Yeah? 8:33. All right, 8:33. Can y'all hear me? If anybody is here? Oh. It shows that 3 people are here. It shows that 4 were, and 4 more people here. There we go. Can y'all hear me? Can you guys hear what the words that I am saying? Can you hear? Am I coming out clear? Man, I really wish I had my phone so I could talk to Ben. Oh. This is the word. Oh, there he is. Oh, man. Yeah, hey, what's up, Matt? I see you commenting quite often in the comments there. Does Texas need a quarterback in the class of 221? If so, why? In my personal opinion, I do not see Texas needing a quarterback in the class of 2021. If case need be, we can always redshirt QJ. We can always redshirt Quentin Jackson. We can always make him be a freshman. We always have Quentin Card. We have Hudson. Excuse me. We're also going to have Casey Thompson as well. I do not see us possibly needing another take as a quarterback in the 2021 class. I would much rather reserve that for another tackle, definitely an offensive lineman, probably an outside offensive lineman, in my personal opinion. My camera is a little broken up. Like it's choppy. Is that a little better for you or anything? Am I coming in clear as far as the words that will hopefully be coming out of my mouth? Well, all right. I'm just going to wait here for about 2-3 more minutes, and then I am just going to go on with the program with the words that I had to say. So I really appreciate y'all coming out. And am I pronouncing your name right? Is it correct? Is it Matt? Is that correct or no? Because obviously your last name is going to be Schnell. Man, I'm just going to the gym for this. Like a modem connection. Well, I don't know what to say other than that I do have a 2011 Mac, and that I live out in Roanoke, which is kind of sort of the country. It's kind of sort of by Fort Worth, but it is kind of sort of the country. Sorry about that. Ben Riza is going to be a friend of mine from Texas Sports and Recruiting News. Ben Riza, going to be a good friend of the show, big time Facebook connection of mine. Talk to him a lot on Twitter, and as well as direct message on Facebook. Good time dude, a good time friend of the program. Ben Riza, check him out if you don't really know who he is as a Texas fan. All right. Pay attention to who's here anymore. Let's go quickly. You trying to tell me hurry up, or is that really what that means? Oh, okay. I'll check it out and see what it looks like. It really is probably the fact that I live out in a little bit in nowhere, being in Roanoke. That's probably what it is. I really don't know. My internet has been down a little bit slow all day. We first day back at school today. So at 8 o'clock, the kindergartners came in, got their school going. 9 o'clock, the grade schoolers came in, and then whenever the high schoolers came in, it all crashed. Everything's probably still slow from there for sure. Probably the deal there. Well, all right, let's go ahead and get this started rolling for you guys. My name is Alistair King, a.k.a. I am the creator of the Eyes on Texas program. I very much appreciate everybody here. I put a lot of effort, put a lot of time, put a lot of work into these videos. I very much appreciate everyone coming out here today. So welcome to the Eyes on Texas channel. So who am I? Like I said, I am Alistair King. I was raised in the DFW area. In Grapevine, actually. It's a great opportunity and a great place to grow up in. I played football, basketball, played every kind of sport, basically. I was outside linebacker on the football team, outside linebacker on a 5-2 defense. So it was a great position to have. All I did was have hook to curl whenever they passed the ball and then just blitz the quarterback with the main duties there. So defense was really good times. I was also the kicker on the team as well, which bodes well because I played so many years playing soccer. I was a goalie as a soccer goalie going up from the time I was 6 years old to the time I was 18. I don't know if y'all ever noticed, but I have the whole tons of jerseys. This is going to be the Aston Villa jersey back from like 1987, 1988, somewhere right in there. It's a really old jersey. That's kind of sort of who I am. I did track as well. I wasn't very fast, wasn't the fastest of all people. I was more of an effort person. I kind of sort of did everything just like I previously stated. I threw the shot, I threw the disc. The shot, I didn't really stand that much of a chance, being the fact that I was in 8th and 9th grade when I participated in that, and I was struggling to be over 140 pounds. And where I'm from, we have people called Tongans. They're very large people from the Isle of Tongan, Samoan people, and I went up against them in the 8th and 9th grade. They're going to be 6'3", 6'4", and 6'5", and well into your 275, 285 pound plus. So they were pressing the shot much further than I was. But yeah, my call sign is Breaking Horns News with video highlights. That's kind of sort of what I want to bring you guys. I started this channel during the COVID area. I started right around April to March time. There wasn't much going around. I was expecting to see some spring ball, some spring practice, kind of sort of report on those kind of sort of things. So that's where I was anticipating it going. I really wasn't anticipating doing the whole highlight reel. As far as a technician and being someone who's really good skill set on computers, that's not so much me. Much more of a interactive, face-to-face communication kind of sort of person. All my jobs that I've had throughout my career have been so I could interact with folk and with the folks and see with them one-on-one. So computers, technology have really not been my thing. So the fact that I went to doing the highlight reels and stuff like that really was an effect of the COVID. It really wasn't a plan, but I do like it, and something that I really, really will look forward to doing so in the future. I've always liked recruiting. Recruiting's always been fun. What was that game? It wasn't Madden. It was the NCAA 2014 was the greatest college football game ever. One of the main reasons why I did enjoy that football game so much is basically the reasons because you recruit your own players. Many of the times I would just rush straight through the season. I really wouldn't even play it. The team that I played with was Troy State because of the outside linebacker that Dallas just recently had. DeMarcus Ware came from Troy State. So that's who I chose to be. I didn't really choose to be the Longhorns because I really want to get an up-and-coming team, really build them up. So recruiting the players, to me, was more fun than actually playing the game. So the fact when I started this, the fact that I veered to the recruiting aspect isn't really much of a surprise to me. I was just reading the side there. But yeah, I want to talk some ball, you know. I love football. I want to talk ball. I want to talk highlights. I want to talk what happened in practice. I want to talk about the game before and after the game. It's going to be a goal of mine to have a pre and post game show once the season is up and coming and once it is over. Really do want to get some pre and post game shows depending on what time and what day the show is. The game is played. But yeah, I want to talk ball. I definitely want to get those pre and post games going. A major topic that I've spoke about in many of my videos is definitely going to be Chris Ash and what his new look defense does indeed look like, right? And to me, it's kind of sad if you think about it, because Texas is now going into this modern defense. Everyone else has been going to a quicker, faster, more explosive defense where everyone has just moved towards the line of scrimmage, getting faster and faster at each position. Especially playing in the Big 12, you'd think that's how Texas is going. Texas is finally going there this year. I do know previous years, whenever we would blitz, we would just telegraph it every single time we had a blitz. To me, the thing about the blitz is the point of deception. And last year, just didn't really see, and you could always tell whenever Texas defense was going to blitz last year. So hopefully it will be more deception this year. But definitely this Chris Ash defense is something that I have been talking about multiple times. So basically what it is at every single position, at every single aspect, whether it's be close to the ball or straight up at the line of scrimmage, or if you're going to be defending the backfield in a defensive back into the backfield, he wants everybody to play the ball, and he wants everybody to be able to move. He wants everybody to be fast, and he wants everybody to play in space and move sideline to sideline. Doesn't matter if you're 340 pounds or if you're one of the sprinter corners that's just about $165 that runs a 4.2. He wants everybody pursuing the ball sideline to sideline, regardless of position, 100%, period, the end. Talking about our defensive coordinator, that is what he wants out of our defense. Talking about Chris Ash on there. What's really well is he talked about each prototype for each position. I very much enjoyed that. That's an article that I read in 247 Sports. I found it once and I was unable to get it again, but it talked about each position. And so I made a couple of videos about that, and it talked about what exactly Texas was looking for at each position, right? So first of all, let's talk about the linebackers. So we're going to have bigger linebackers be rush ends now, and that's kind of sort of what the jack position is going to be. It's basically going to be a hybrid tweener position, not quite big enough to be defensive end, but just a little bit too big to be a linebacker. So he's just going to be explosive pass rushing position, and that is going to be the linebacker. And the first commitment that we got, and made a video about that as well, is going to be Derek Harris Jr. from going to be New Caney, Texas, I believe. Absolutely fantastic four-star prospect that Texas has got. Very looking forward to having him on the 40 acres, without a doubt. So the jack linebacker is going to be a new position that Texas does have, in fact. Basically, we're going to make strong side defensive ends into defensive tackles, again, getting quicker and faster at each position. And with those defensive tackles, he wants you to play the run on the way to the quarterback. So he wants every defensive tackle to have the ability to split that gap, to beat that man, to whip that man right in front of you, and defend the run on the way to your quarterback. Does it matter if you're defensive tackle? Does it matter if you're 300 pounds? He wants sacks. He wants pressure. Coach Chris Ash wants movement from the defensive tackle. And if he does not get to the quarterback, and if he does not get to the quarterback within the realm, the box, that's what it's called, he wants you to go sideline to sideline. That's one of the very first things that I saw Tyree West. I read in that article that he wants every single defensive tackle to have the ability to go sideline to sideline. Because if you think about it, what happens, right? In the Big 12, there's lots of wide receivers. There's lots of bubble screens. There's lots of plays being made right at the line of scrimmage. So what happens? The quarterback pops up, throws the ball directly to a wide receiver, some sort of bubble screen, some sort of play right next to the line of scrimmage. Your defensive lineman, your defensive tackle reads it immediately, sprints, hauls ass directly towards that player, hits him directly in the side. Definitely going to think about catching that ball next time. That slot receiver is going to weigh about 165, 185, 90 pounds. And when that big number 9-0 weighing 300 pounds comes at you, you know that's going to make an impact on the game. If not, take that player completely out of the game, cause a fumble, might make a difference the next time he's going to catch the ball. So that's one of the reasons why you want that impactful defensive tackle going sideline to sideline. Turning safeties into outside linebackers, that's part of that umbrella pushing, moving forward, getting faster at each position. So someone who is going to be your faster, rangier, longer safety, someone that's going to be a bit bigger, be between your position. Probably pretty much we're talking about DeMarvion Overshawn. He's someone that Texas, whenever we were looking at getting him in front of ARP Texas, the 5-star recruit that Texas did get. We recruited him as a safety, but a lot of folks did see that body type filling up, filling out, and becoming an outside linebacker. And then now what is going to be his third year on the 40 acres, that's now what he's now becoming. So now we are taking someone from the defensive backfield, now moving them inside the box just a little bit to the outside linebacker position, where that outside linebacker is definitely going to have to play in space. You're definitely going to have to cover some slot receivers for just a little bit. Sometimes, depending on how many slot receivers are going to be out there, if there's 4 and 5 wide, they're just simply going to take that outside linebacker off the field whenever they bring those wide receivers on the field and just replace that with a nickel back and then just simply go to a 4-2-5 defense. There is no such thing as a base defense. I really don't understand why people really harp on that. I really don't understand why people are such a big thing on that. There really is no such thing as a base defense. In my personal opinion, it really is predicated on what the offense is exactly doing. So moving safeties to the outside linebacker, to cover slot receivers, to play in space, to make big-time plays on the ball. Definitely going to have linebacker responsibilities, definitely going to have to shed some blocks, hold your outside edge. But with that being said, going to be a playmaker flying to the ball. Going on to the middle linebacker position, definitely going to be a point of emphasis on Texas as well. There's really only one recruit that Texas is really looking at in this position. That's going to be Terrence Cooks, major playmaker. I made a video about him. He's always in pursuit of the ball. Terrence Cooks is somehow still listed as a 3-star athlete, I believe, if that is not correct. I have no idea why he is a 3-star. But anyway, he is from Shadow Creek. Down there in the Houston area, big-time playmaker, Terrence Cooks, and he is my number one get regardless of position, offense and defense, in my personal opinion. We definitely need to get Terrence Cooks from Shadow Creek. Again, sideline to sideline, but with the big difference there is you need to be able to cover for a middle linebacker. That's very hard to get. That's why Isaiah Simmons from Clemson is such a coveted person that he can play at all 3 levels. He can be a defensive back. He can play in the box against the run as a linebacker, and he can also blitz against the line of scrimmage. So the more versatile that you are, the more the areas that you can play, the more of an impact on the defense that you're going to have. So talking about the cornerbacks, you want everyone to be very fast at this position as well. You definitely want to get your 4-4 and under your 4-4 and under guys in the 40. The typical prototype cornerback, in my personal opinion, is going to be Ishmael Ibrahim. Definitely a big-time player. Definitely going to be a playmaker. I can see a Texas recruit from the cornerback position a mile away. What I love most about Ishmael Ibrahim is that he brings the wood, man. He can lay the lumber. He is the lumberjack from the cornerback position. Very seldom see a lumberjack playing the cornerback position. A lot of times you'll see him check them at the line, kind of sort of run with them, stay in their hip pocket a little bit, make some contact down the field, have the ability to bring them down, but not be able to bring the wood. I believe it was Ishmael who actually made a play on the ball. There was a quick out play made out to the flats, and he was a man was attempting to block him. Ishmael ran the man that completely back into him, pushed him back into the defender, pushed him back into his own man, and his own man that was trying to block Ishmael actually tackled him. Big-time playmaker, Ishmael Ibrahim. But with that being said, you need to be explosive in the 3-cone drill. You need to have explosive hands and feet to play in Chris Ash is a defense. Jay Valai, holla at your boy. Holla at your boy. Talking about the defense and the defensive secondary. I'm not absolutely going to talk about I'm going to let myself get away with talking about the defense without talking about Jay Valai, the recruiting master, Jay Valai. I actually know a guy who went to Carlisle Heritage High School with Jay Valai. Told me a quick, interesting story about him. Said whenever I told him that Coach Jay Valai is our cornerbacks coach, like he's a position coach. Like he makes millions of dollars a year. He makes about $1 million a year. Anyways, and he's like, yeah. My friend was like, yeah, he always was a really good person. He was always really motivating. Always knew what to do on the field. I was like, yeah, that makes sense, Joe. He's our cornerbacks coach. So dropping in knowledge for you. My friend Joey actually played football at Carlisle Heritage with our cornerbacks coach, Coach Jay Valai. A little interesting sub fact. But Ishmael Ibrahim, it doesn't really matter. He doesn't have a height limit, exactly what he's looking for. Ishmael Ibrahim, of course, is going to be the 4-star 21 class of 21, cornerback, 6'1", 175 pounds. All right, man, we went on with that. Yeah. Yeah, so regardless, what is y'all's thoughts on that? If I can quit think about that, I just want to speak. Who do you think is going to be our number one need, regardless of position, regardless of offense, regardless of defense? Who do you think our number one person we need to get is? This is mine. You met Albert? You met Albert last week? That's cool, man. Albert Regis, he actually messaged me on one of my videos. It was really cool. He actually apologized. He apologized that he hadn't gotten back to me sooner for the time that I made the video, from the time that that he saw it and acknowledged it. Obviously, an outstanding young man. So, what did you say about Albert? I mean, personally, I don't know why Albert Regis has not committed. A lot of these guys, I thought really once Quinn Ewers, this is one of the things that I was going to get to. I thought that we'd see more commitments. I thought really a lot of these 21 guys, Albert Regis, I really thought he was going to pop whenever I was making my video on the next 10 commitments list. So to answer the question, I thought Albert Regis would commit as well. John Wilkes Booth. John Wilkes Booth says the number one need, I think, is the pitcher from Florida, Phil Lasso. I don't know why that is, but thank you very much. I'll get to I will most definitely get to thoughts on Quinn Ewers recruiting for the class of 22, Peter. I definitely have that emotion. That's definitely something I'm going to go to. So anyways, my number one person that I think that we need to get, regardless of position, is going to be Terrence Cooks, middle linebacker, Shadow Creek. Someone else who I thought would already commit, but whatever. All right, so let's talk about breakout seasons. Let's talk about two players that had breakout seasons. We already hinted to one, so let's go ahead and talk about them. Let's talk about some. I don't believe there is a YouTuber that has talked about Mr. Quinn Ewers more than me. I've been talking about him all the time, been talking about him. Shoot, he was one of my 12th, 13th video I made, period. So I made my first video about him back in April. Of course, he was the Gatorade National Player of the Year already, but I didn't hear any YouTubers talking about him. Never really heard of anybody talking recruitment, talking about him. So to me, I was the only person I saw and I heard talking Quinn Ewers. So boom, let's talk about the new commit, Quinn Ewers, who was actually 210 pounds. He's listed at 195 pounds on 247, but 6'3", 210 pounds quarterback from South Lake Carroll, the gunslinger. I don't know if y'all know this about your boy here, but I live in Roanoke, grew up in Grapevine. So right next to me is going to be South Lake Carroll. So I actually played them when I was growing up in high school. Wasn't really that much big of a rivalry because they were a very small school and they shot up rather quickly. So majority of the time they were a 3A school, and they just really, really quickly rose up the ranks because Southlake is a very nice place to live, as is Grapevine, as I'm sure many of you know. But boom, Quinn Ears, 6'3", 210-pound quarterback from Southlake Carroll, the aforementioned #1 overall rated player in the 2022 class, threw for just a little bit over 4,000 yards, 45 touchdowns, and with that 45 touchdowns, the most impressive stat of them all are these two following 3 picks. 1, 2, 3. That's it. Quinn only had 3 picks for his whole entire year, and for your first year, you expect a young guy to have some quick feet. You expect him to be a little bit antsy, and he just wasn't. His pocket presence, his presence overall, his overall leadership, and his overall maturity was the thing that was very impressive to me, to go along with the only 3 picks. But to go along with those only 3 picks, he, I believe, was right at 70%, 69%, 71%, right around there. Quinn Ears, multiple big-time talent for my main reason for taking care of the ball. With that being said, if you watch a lot of his film, if you watch a lot of his highlights, you're going to see receivers. You're going to see them boys making catches. You're going to see them putting it. You're going to see Quinn sticking it in tight windows. You're going to see Quinn having the faith in himself to be able to stick it in one of those windows. But you're going to see those receivers making catches. You're going to see them making diving catches in the end zone. Got some big time playmakers. One of them is a 3-star, high 3-star, I believe, right around the 900 number, right in there. Don't remember his name, but yeah, them boys definitely making some plays for Quinn Ears. To go along with those big time passing numbers, he is considered a pro style quarterback, but he did rush for right around 560 yards rushing and 9 TDs, which is damn impressive. I would pretty much will say for most quarterbacks, if they didn't throw for the 45 touchdowns in the 4,000 yards, I would say for most quarterbacks, that would leave them as a dual threat. But just because he is just a surefire 100% pocket presence as a quarterback, that he is just absolutely not a dual threat quarterback. He's a quarterback that can move. If you're asking me as a comp, he is just a slight, and I mean slightly larger, going to be a slightly larger, slightly more filled out Aaron Rodgers. That's really what I see. Whenever I see Quinn making the smart decision, just flicking the ball with his wrist, hitting the dump off pass, hitting the check down, that is what I see. He gets the twinkle toes right near the line of scrimmage and just dumps it over the line, whenever he's rolling out, just dumps it over whatever defenders that would possibly be there, and just puts a nice, beautiful little baby right there in the pocket. So Quinn Ears putting big time pressure on defenses. And talking about Quinn Ears and why commit early? You know what I mean? Someone talk about who else would I think Quinn Ears is going to bring with him. That is why you commit early. Because if you're QB1, if you're a good time quarterback, you want what? You want an offensive lineman to protect you because you don't want to be running around. There's big time number 90 numbers down there, the defensive line chasing you. You do not want to be out down there running around, scrambling with a dirty uniform, always getting planted after you throw. You don't want to be getting sacked all the time. Big time reason. So you want those offensive linemen. B, you definitely want to have somebody to throw to, right? Many of these new recruits have said over Instagram, many of these recruits have said on Twitter, big time, that they're coming to Texas. Why? Because Quinn Ears is at Texas. I'm going where the #1 QB is going. That's what one guy said. So talking about bringing people with him, that is what Quinn Ears is going to bring. One of the guys, Caleb Burton. Caleb Burton, who is the #1 wide receiver in the 2022 class. He's going to be from D-Val. He's a 5-star, more of a slot type wide receiver. I believe he's going to be the 5'10", 165-pound range. One of the guys that we could definitely, whose needle is definitely trending towards Texas since signing Quinn Ears. Definitely another guy who I think is going to be a little bit more talented. I just love the fact, whatever. I love Evan Stewart from Liberty Frisco, another big-time talent. I believe he's the number 2 rated receiver in all the nation in that 22 class. 2 guys that have definitely moved the needle ever since Quinn Ewers has came to the 40 acres, right? So another commitment that I expect from the 2022 class because of Quinn Ewers is Denver Harris from North Shore, Galen North Shore down there in the Houston area. Denver Harris, who I believe is the number 1 cornerback in Texas, and he is a true outside cornerback. He's going to be that true outside. You can put him out on an island. He has that quick, explosive hips. He has the ability to play and get his man down to the ground. So Denver Harris, the number 1 cornerback in the state of Texas, big-time recruit whose needle is trending up in Texas's favor because of Quinn Ewers committing to the University of Texas, in my opinion. And also, if you're the number 1 pass-catching tight end, you're also going to want to come to Texas. You're also going to want to follow the number 1 QB in all of the land. So, of course, there I'm talking about Donovan Green. He's going to be from Dickinson, Texas, in the class of 2022 as well. He's a 4-star recruit. I think he's ranked number 68, somewhere right in there. It's very hard for a tight end to be much rated higher than right around 100. To be honest with you, to get a 5-star tight end, I don't really know if there's been any, to be quite honest with you. So to get a tight end to be number 68, it's a big-time accomplishment for Mr. Donovan Green, who has been trending forward ever since the commitment of Quinn Ewers as well. So whenever you think of Quinn Ewers and you think him committing to Texas, and then whenever you know that he will sign on the dotted line to Texas whenever that time comes, think of it as Trevor Lawrence. Think of that big-time impact, right? Because there's only been 2 1.00 rated in 247 sports recruits ever. And the other one, your boy, VY, was the first one, and Quinn Ewers is the second, 1.00. So think of it as getting a franchise quarterback. Think what Trevor Lawrence has done for Clemson. Yeah, Clemson has had a lot before having Trevor Lawrence. But he stepped right in, man. He stepped right in. They had Brian Kelly was going to be the incumbent, who was a 4-star quarterback. He waited his turn, man. He waited his first, second, third year, was getting ready to start. Brian Kelly, and he got beat out. He got beat out by Trevor Lawrence. So whenever you think about Quinn Ewers, I want you to think about that, and I want you to think about you getting a franchise quarterback. So Quinn Ewers is just like getting a franchise quarterback. He's going to lift up everyone else's talent. He's going to make everyone else's talent just rise a little bit more. And just like I was talking about, definitely going to bring some more talented wide receivers and all other positions as well. All right. I hope he's still in here. Friend of the show. I don't know if he wants me to out him or not, but one of the players, one of the commitments, not one of the commitments, one of the recruits, one of the offers that Texas has out there. He types in at the show sometimes. You know what I mean? He's now I'm going to call him a friend of the show. He notified me on one of my videos yesterday. I was like, "Are you going to be here?" He said that he was going to be here. So I don't know if he is going to be here, in fact, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. He said that he wanted me to talk about his boy. He said that his boy is one of the best in the land, and he is very upset that he is not a 4-star. Highly upset about it. He thinks that his son is the best wide receiver in all the land. So tell me what you think. Let's play a quick little game. Let's see if you can guess this player. All right, first of all, he plays in Texas. Obviously, I let the cat out of the bag that he is a wide receiver. He plays for a big-time, I think it's a big-time major program. Definitely the 5 or 6A. I believe it's 6A. I want to say it's 6A. But if it's not 6A, it's definitely 5A. Had a breakout year last year, was in a major big-time offense. Had a breakout year once for just under 1,400 yards. He had 16 touchdowns. Again, I'm talking about a 3-star. I'm talking about a 3-star, 1,400 yards, 71 catches. And he did this all in the great state of Texas. And the great state of Texas, we put out the most recruits, the third most top-level recruits year in and year out. Sometimes we're 1, sometimes we're 2. They're always there in that 1, 2, or 3. So playing in Texas, playing against the big boys in all of Texas, you know that he's going to be a big-time player. 71 catches. And with that 16 TDs, this is going to be to show his explosion, 20 yards per catch. Of course, I'm talking about J.J. Henry from McKinney North. Actually, one of the subscribers. He was the contest winner of Pick Your Own Video, and he said his favorite player is going to be from McKinney North, J.J. Henry. So boom, he won, and so that's who I made my video about, was J.J. Henry. So I don't know if Texas is going to land him. I don't really know how high we are on his list right now, to be quite honest with you, but I just want to throw that out there, a little quick, little interesting fact. Okay. All right, so I did make a video who I thought the next 10 commitments were going to be in the class of 2021, and I was right about some. I think I was definitely wrong about some, but I was definitely right about a few. So let's go through. I'm just going to go through a 1 through 10. I really wanted to have a split screen. I wanted to have some highlights for you guys, and I wanted to have a little bit better presentation. But hey, can I get some thumbs up? Nobody's thumbs up with this at all. I know this is my first time. And I did talk about Caleb Burton from DeVal, Texas, Austin. Yes, Caleb Burton. That's what I said, right? DeVal, Texas. Anyways, so if I could please get some thumbs up. I do know that this is my first time doing this live stream. Hope everybody's enjoying it. Struggled out in the beginning, most definitely for sure. Had a bit of some struggles, but I think I flowed into it quite nicely. So yeah. So boom, I made this in order of who I thought was going to commit. So on these, I was definitely wrong about a few. Jaden Alexis, wide receiver, Pompano, Florida, 5'11", 180 pounds. Big time player. Recently committed to the Good Boys. Recently, big time fan of Jaden Alexis, who was a 3-star, moved up to a 4-star. What I love about Jaden Alexis, of course, is going to be his playmaking ability, but it's his speed. Not only is it his speed, yeah, lots of these guys are really fast. J.J. Henry's really fast. He gets to his top end really quickly, but not quite as fast as Jaden Alexis. That top end speed, 0 to 60 in 1.3, man. He goes. Jaden Alexis can go. Has good time, lower body development. He can play inside. He can play outside. So in this, as of all the wide receivers that we have in this class, who I think that we potentially will land in 2021 class, I see Jaden Alexis seeing the field first. The main reason is because he can play the inside slot or he can play on the outside. So Jaden Alexis, number 1. This would be a big-time miss. I thought that we were going to get Ryan Langle. Yeah, boom. Miss on Ryan Langle, the offensive tackle. He came up hard whenever he was crystal balled real quick. Baylor was definitely going to be in there. They had those hooks into Ryan for much longer. Whenever we offered him, signs were showing that he was going to be a commit. Thank you very much for that 1 thumbs up, that it was going to be an easy commit for us. I thought that was going to be a fast recruit, that Ryan was going to be an easy score, an easy land for at the outside position, tackle position for Texas. But I was clearly wrong. Number 3 is going to be Terrence Cooks. Talked about him a lot. Not really going to go much further in the detail, but I do believe that Texas has a good chance of landing Terrence Cooks, middle linebacker from Shadow Creek. All right, man. I get ripped up and I get beat up a lot. I mispronounce people's names a lot. What do you want? It happens. You know, it happens. I mispronounce people's names a lot. Yeah, I try my best to fight through it. These people's names, you know, they're not on TV yet. Some of them, they have the phonics next to their button, like some of the UT players and some of the UT transfers. They have the phonics button. So I mispronounce stuff. I very much apologize, but I do appreciate your input throughout the whole entire video, Mr. Schnell, without a doubt. Moving right along, Keytron Tron Jackson, Royce City, big time major recruit. He was definitely going to be he was crystal balled by Mike Roach, I believe, with a strength of a 6 or a 7. Now it looks like he is talking a little bit more to Arkansas. Arkansas has had their hooks into him for definitely much longer than Texas has. But when it comes down to Arkansas might have this big giant problem with their recruits and with their football team of going 0-10. You know what I mean? Arkansas, if the SEC doesn't, if they do play that 10-game schedule, they might get their asses whipped in every single game. Period. You know what I mean? So they have a big time chance of losing a lot of their recruits. I was going to go into this. Go into it, probably make a video about it. I want to steal a couple of their offensive linemen that Arkansas has. They are a couple more of the bruising offensive linemen, the more road graders offensive linemen. But since we're probably looking at taking a flyer on the offensive lineman position anyways, I think that potentially stealing one of these guys from Arkansas, because I don't see them landing big-time recruits, big-time 4-star recruits out of state, definitely, because these guys are going to be Texas boys, these ones that I'm talking about on the O-line that are going to Arkansas. I think that we should steal, because Arkansas not winning no games next year. Anyways, Albert Regis, the aforementioned defensive tackle that can also play tight end, I believe, in his district. He was first team tight end. Absolutely amazing player. I believe whenever he did do that, he was a little bit slimmer. I don't think he was as close to that 300 pounds. I think he was closer to that 260 pounds, which he did get that offensive tight end player of the year. Let's move right along. We have Andrew Mukabuka, the safety from LBJ, who at my next to commit as my number 6 person. Lots of push from Clemson as of recently. I'd say we are at a 60-40 slot to get Andrew. Of course, LBJ going to be a big-time program in the Austin area. I do believe that we have a 60-40 chance now of getting Andrew in Texas's favor. This next one, I thought it really was going to be an either-or. I thought we were going to get Michael Malinsky or Urza Dodson, but we ended up getting Michael Malinsky. I'm going to go ahead and leave Urza Dodson on my list of potential candidates that I believe UT can go ahead and grab in the 2021 class. He's still yet to receive an offer. I do know that Texas is looking for outside players. We're looking for outside players at this position. But when it comes down right to it, we need depth. We need top quality depth. And we need offensive linemen, period. So without a doubt, Urza Dodson. So this next one, number 8, definitely going to turn some heads. And is definitely going to be a topic of conversation on my next live stream is going to be Samar Wheaton or LJ Johnson. I believe we're definitely not going to land 2 of them. We're definitely not going to land both of them. But I definitely believe that we will land one of them. These guys are just going to bounce back and forth on which way they lean, right? Are they going to OU? Are they going to A&M? Or are they going to Texas? These guys are going to bounce back and forth between those 3 schools, and Texas is going to land one of them. I believe these prospects are pretty much 1 and 1A to begin with. So with a slight lean to Samar, without a doubt. Next up, a bit of a reach here. Shamar Turner. Definitely going to be a big-time recruit. Of course, I'm talking about the strong side defensive end who possibly is going to slide in, kick in, as we talked about earlier, getting faster at each position, moving in from strong side defensive end to defensive tackle. Talking about Shamar Turner out of DeSoto, Texas, was chasing down Quinn Ewers all day in that playoff game. Quinn was able to come up with the W in that one, but a little bit loosey-goosey on Shamar. Next coming up on the list, I think we're going to get Arden Walker, defensive lineman from Cherry Creek. I think Texas has a good chance of getting Mr. Walker. Same school as Gunnar Helm, our semi-recent tight end commit out of Colorado. Gunnar Helm is going to be a 3-star tight end commit. So I think we have an okay chance of getting Arthur Walker. Another person that I do believe we have a chance of getting, but not going to put it in my list, is the aforementioned J.J. Henry. Right on. We definitely talked about J.J. Henry in there. Sorry, just trying to read some of the comments. So boom, J.J. Henry. And another person that we might get is going to be an unknown offensive tackle. We need so much offensive line help. We need so much help, period, on the offensive line. We need so much offensive line help on the outside positions, and we need some offensive line help, period, that I believe that a take is going to be someone that we potentially don't even know yet. So I believe that is going to be an unknown offensive tackle I'm definitely going to put on my list as potential candidates that Texas could get in the 2021 class. So let's talk about biggest misses. I like to see Texas kick the tires, and I do not know who that is. The Hawaii quarterback commit, Braden. I don't know anything about him. So if you want to let me know, Adam, a quick little blurb about a quick little sentence, anything about him, I'd appreciate it. Thanks, Adam. Anyways, talking about the biggest misses, I don't know about who you got. I'm going to tell you my biggest misses, and then hopefully someone else is going to comment down below on who they believe their biggest miss is. My biggest miss, and this is sad because he's a Dallas kid, man. I really like to see the kids from Dallas, and I really believe that once we lost a lot of our coaches from the 2019 staff, I believe we pretty much will lost the communication with this recruit. He's been playing defensive tackle up there in Dallas, but I'm talking about Savion Byrd. He's going to be a big time miss. He's uncommitted at this point, but he's definitely walked out that door. Savion Byrd definitely going to be a big time miss. I wish that we could have kept that line of communication. Herb Hand has been struggling a little bit. Herb Hand is known more for being a coach 'em up coach, more so than a recruiter. So I guess he's more of a shower than a grower, I guess, is a bad way of putting it. But yeah, we really, really need to get those recruits. Coach Herb Hand, he really needs to ante up, because Jay Valai is running laps around them boys in the recruiting. Definitely running laps. Jay Valai. Has anybody commented any idea why we did not get any traction on Nolan Rushi? I think really another big deal is going to be with Nolan Rushi. Appreciate that comment. I think that's going to be another big reason why we missed out on the Legacy Twins. I think we missed out and didn't really gain on much traction on him. Is going to be the main reason we missed out on the Legacy Twins. Really, to be honest with you, we're just not really putting out the numbers. Recruits, in their eyes, major recruits, they're not seeing it. So that's going to be my answer this year. That's why this year, probably, you can judge it however you want. One of the most important players on the Texas team, regardless of position, is going to be Cosme, right? Because we need him to be a tackle one. We need him to bull rush people. We need him to bull over people. We need him to be a big-time playmaker in a pass pro. We don't need his name to be called out with him getting burnt on the outside, or his arms being too short, or him being a waist bender rather than a knee bender, and him not being a good athlete. We need Sam Cosme to project the whole entire season as a big-time starting tackle in the NFL. So that's what we need. Adam West, Texas could also offer Texas baseball. Yeah, I did. I will talk about. Yeah, actually, let's talk about that. Let's talk about Ace Whitehead right quick. So if y'all don't know, we have a 2021 commit in baseball, his name is Ace Whitehead. He's going to be from Lampasas, Texas. They're going to be a 4A school. I know exactly the population of Lampasas, and I'll tell you the reason why that. There's going to be 7,909 people that live in Lampasas, Texas. And let's call him a dual threat quarterback. His stats were not quite 4,000 yards. I think he was 3,600 yards. I know that he had 70 combined touchdowns. And yeah, so a lot of people want to kick the tires on that because we missed out on Jalen Monroe. Of course, obviously, once we got Quinn Ewers, everybody knew that he was going to pick it up and pack it up and bolt. So that might be a take.
Michaela Ellen's sewing room.
Yeah. Sawyer, hey buddy, Daddy's talking to people. You got to go. You got to go. I love you.
Okay.
Okay. I love you. Yeah. Yeah. So sorry about that. I have 3 kids, man. What can you do? And like I said earlier, we just started school. So I'm an unpaid school teacher of a kindergartner and a 3rd grader now. So yeah, holler at your boy. Anyways, so we're talking about kicking the tires for Ace Whitehead, quarterback from the Lampasas. Kicking that tires. That's a very, very good comment. I don't know if you do know this. He will count towards a scholarship. He will count towards a football scholarship. Of course, if you're thinking about, we can have him on the baseball team, but he won't count against the football team. As soon as he is a football player, as soon as he takes one snap for Texas, as soon as he puts on a helmet rather than a glove, let's just leave it at that. He is a football player, and his scholarship counts towards the football team and not the baseball team. If in case anybody was going to bring that up, but yeah, the reason why I know so much about Lampasas is I just dropped a video about the line of Lampasas. Got some good time kids down there. Just a good old country town, beautiful city, hill country. They have a nice river down there in Lampasas. So if you're ever in the hill country, want to go check it out. They also have a big time guard coming up in the 2022 class that Herb Hand needs to get in touch with. And his name is going to be Caden Thrift. Big kid, 6'6", 320 pounds. That's what he was listed at as a sophomore. So probably a little bit bigger, a little bit thicker on that. Whenever he does pull, he does cross his feet sometimes. Of course, you do want to keep your low center of gravity. You want to shuffle your feet rather than cross your heels together because, of course, if anyone touches you at all, you're going to get blown back and not going to have much production at all. But Savion Byrd, big time miss. So check out that last video that I made, the line of Lampasas. I put a lot of effort into that video. It's going to be a highlight reel, going to be a promotion definitely of Lampasas living, and really features that offensive line. Lots of good kids there. Anyway, Bryce Foster, he's definitely a big time miss for us. He's going to the same place they always go, man. They either go up north or down south. They either go to OU or they go to Texas A&M, and he's going down to Texas A&M. Another person that I do believe Texas is going to miss out on is going to be Marcus Burris. So did anybody mention I don't know. What did Sawyer say? I really don't remember. Is he worth a football scholarship? Man, honestly, no. In my opinion, I don't think I think he's good. This is what I believe. I believe that he's good in a reserve emergency kind of sort of situation, because if push comes to shove, he's there, right? If we're down to an emergency situation, he's already on the baseball team. He's already committed to the University of Texas. We don't have to recruit him. We don't have to waste any time, money, effort in recruiting the kid. So to me, he's already there. So say we get completely downtrodden with at the quarterback position. And then he comes to the to the football team, then his scholarship would be taken. Then, to answer your question, he would then be worth a scholarship, in my personal opinion. ATM is its own reward. I have heard of Maddox Kopp, and I do know that our offensive coordinator, Yurchich, he has been in contact with him for really quite some time, way before Quinn Ewers committed, really just right around, not quite as much time as Jalen Monroe, but I've heard that Yurch definitely likes Kopp. I really don't know much about him. I really have not been digging into these replacements, these 3-star guys that are just going to take a scholarship, in my personal opinion. These 3-star guys that are just going to hold the clipboard. If that was me, let him play somewhere else, man. You know what I mean? Let the guy go to La Tech. Let the guy go to Baylor. Let him go somewhere else. That's where I say. If that was me in my position, I would rather go to a smaller school and play rather than hold the clipboard. So does anybody have a big miss that Texas, in your opinion, is missing on in the 2021 class? My personal opinion, I have Savion Byrd, I have Bryce Foster, and I have Marcus Burris. So I have 2 offensive linemen, and then I have 1 defensive lineman. So does anybody have a miss before I move on? Let's see what everybody said here. JoJo. Hashtag flip JoJo. Yeah, I didn't bring up JoJo because he was already committed. But let's talk about JoJo, man. Let's talk about JoJo Earl. Yeah, so a lot of people think that he is the #1 slot receiver in all the 2021 class. Alito, wide receiver, slot receiver. Alito, Texas is where he plays his high school ball. He's been a commit of LSU since May, I believe. Man, I think that LSU, I think those Bayou Bengals, I think they're going to have lots of turmoil this year. They've had lots of turmoil in-house. Lots of people have. Texas came together. Let's leave it at that. Texas, we came together. LSU, I've nicknamed them Transfer U, man, because they've had lots of turmoil. They've had a couple of recruits not moving because of playing time. They're moving because they want to get out. So LSU, I do not think that they're going to have a great season if they play an in-conference only SEC schedule. Look, if they're not going to play those cupcakes, the SEC, they're not going to put up those big-time wins. Excuse me, they're not going to have those many big-time numbers against those cupcakes. So it's going to make those wins look just a little bit more big-time after whenever the season is all said and done. So I don't see LSU having much of a championship season this year. If they were playing their regular season, I think I had LSU before they went to this 10-game schedule. I had them as a 3-loss team, potentially a 4-loss team. So if Texas balls out and LSU does not, I can definitely see a flip from JoJo. And our coaches, from what I've heard, everyone has been in constant communication on the horn with JoJo Earl to make that flip happening. So, yeah. Jonah Miller Salpointe. I don't know anything about him. I very much apologize. Salpointe, that's the high school that Bijan Robinson came from, right? Is that correct? Is that what we're hitting towards? Mkabuka not in the play for Texas. Oh, okay. He's Bijan Robinson's offensive lineman, and he's a class of 21. Yeah, is that correct? I presume so. Yeah, 21 guy. I'm just going to scroll up, pardon me, at the beginning of these comments here to see if what we missed here. I know I had bad camera. I'm so very sorry about that. All right. That's what I'm gonna call you, Mr. Snell. From now on, I'm gonna call you the fast German. That's who you're gonna be, the fast German, the quick German. Your video is usually higher resolution. I know I live out in the boondock. I think that's what it is. So who's the tackle Texas should get? Yeah, I got a list of that right there. I have a list. I think I put 5 or 6 of them up here that Texas should get. Oh, yeah, of course it was already one down here. Okay, so I don't really have all the information right by them, but offensive linemen that potential 21 targets in the class of 21. Rod Orr, he's going to be one of the commits that I was talking about that I wanted to Texas to potentially steal from Arkansas Razorbacks. He's definitely going to be a bruiser. Offensive lineman, offensive tackle. I believe these are all offensive tackles, except for one of them, which we'll talk a little bit about him if anybody has heard about him. But Rod Orr, definitely a bruising offensive lineman in the class of 21. He is going to be my number one target that I wish Texas would offer. He is already commit to the Razorbacks, but I think that we can flat out steal him. I do understand that the Razorbacks, they play the SEC ball. You know, they like to push you around a little bit, play bully ball. But if we're taking, like, look, man, we're talking about potentially taking flyers on offensive tackles right now. Like, we're not talking about getting offensive tackles that are 4 stars. We're not really talking about getting offensive tackles that are high 3 stars. We're talking about getting tackles that are flyers right now. So the fact that some of these guys are not going to be name brand guys, the fact that these guys are going to be project type offensive linemen, which you've had many of over the years at the University of Texas. Zach Shackelford definitely comes to mind straight off the bat. Another one, Cole Carson, I believe, is the other Arkansas Razorback commit that I think that we have a really good chance of stealing. I believe he is a Texas kid as well. I don't believe Rod Orr is off the top of my head, but Cole Carson, he definitely is. And since I was talking about projects, since I was talking about potential project offers and the offensive line in the class of 2021, let's talk about Jasper Lott. Does anybody know anything about Jasper Lott? I will answer the question about Samar right quick, but Jasper Lott, man. So what Jasper Lott is he's a tight end. He's a tight end in the class of 2021, and he projects to be a tackle on the next level. He does have some Power 5 offers, but those Power 5 offers are going to be as an offensive lineman and not as a tight end. So as a project coming from a tight end, he's definitely going to be athletic, right? He's definitely going to be a project. He's definitely going to have to learn the position. He has been dry blocking. I have seen some of his film. 6'5", I believe. I think was listed before he started bulking up in the 248, 250-pound range. So he is going to be a project as a tackle in the tackle position. So Jasper Lott is going to be one that I put up there, who I think Texas could potentially land as a project offensive lineman. Next, I believe we offered this young man recently. This is going to be the lineman from Highland Park. So we know that he's going to be a very smart kid, and he does have Ivy League offers as well. Of course, I'm talking about Jack Lair, I believe is how you pronounce his name. Probably mispronouncing that as well. knowing my resume on pronouncing names on this channel. But Jack Lear, definitely a good time prospect. Probably just about one of the best prospects we're going to get to someone that's not already committed. Unless we're trying to go ahead and try to flip someone, I think that Jack Lear is going to be our best prospect. Yep. So there's going to be some of the prospects that I listed as possible candidates for offensive tackles. Also wrote down Enrique Cruz. He's from Colorado. He's definitely going to be a prospect, a project prospect tackle position as well. He's going to be a smaller one, 250 pounds. Enrique was, but he's mean though. He's a mean 250 pounds. He was pushing people around. Has a good build for that 250 pounds. Has a good lean to him. I'm not going to sell you and tell you that he's solid or that he's a big time major recruit or anything like that. He's a project. But he's a good project, and he's someone that might be worth looking into. So, but do I think that we will get LJ or Samar? Yeah, so we're going to get one of them. That's what I think. I don't know which one we're going to get. If you listen to the boards, if you listen to a lot about and follow recruiting a lot, what you'll find about Samar is that he's a quieter guy. And if you say that Samar Wheaton is going X, you're pretty much well full of it. That is what the information says. Samar Wheaton tends to be a bit more of a reserved individual. So if anybody knows exactly where Samar is going, they're full of it. And LJ Johnson is going to be the other one that we're talking about. I think that we will most definitely get one of these guys. It's coming down to the same potential candidates that it comes down to. It's coming down, is it going to be A&M, Texas, or Oklahoma? Without a doubt, we're definitely getting one of them. So to answer your question, do I think that Texas is getting LJ or Wheaton? We're getting one. Sorry. Don't know which one. If I was to guess right now, well, like I said, I can't guess because it keeps on going back and forth. So, yeah, he's a big guard who went to Oregon. Okay. So talking about, so he committed to Oregon. Okay. So Cole Carson. Do I have it on there? Yeah, I have Cole Carson on there. Yeah, Cole Carson. Yeah, from Bogota. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mentioned him, right? Yeah, very good. I mentioned him. Thank you, Adam. And Rod Orr's from Alabama. Okay. But he is definitely a definitely Arkansas commit, though, right? Is he? Is that correct, Mr. Fast German? Logan Parso, 6'4". All right, just thinking about Adam West. Yeah, so offensive line, Herb Hand definitely has his work cut out for him. Definitely needs to do more things there. So that is pretty much all what I had for you today, guys. Next time we'll be much better. Hopefully we get some more folks up in here. Hope everyone has enjoyed it. Is there anything else y'all want to talk about? Like, I'm here, man. So any other topics y'all want to talk about? William Parker or TC and Bennett Pitcher. William Parker from TC and Bennett Pitcher. Oh, I did hear about it. Okay. Yeah, Bennett Pitcher. He's also I did look into him as well. I think he's going to go to Ivy League for some. Yeah, I think he's going Ivy League. Talking about Bennett Pitcher, I do believe he's going to Ivy League. Rod Orr says Crystal Ball, Tennessee. Okay. Oh, dear Lord. So on my next live stream, please, whatever comments, questions y'all want to have, I would absolutely love to answer them and we can move forward. I would love to talk about Texas Longhorn football all day and night without me being interrupted any much more. But one of the things I want to talk about, one of the major topics I want to talk about next time is going to be LJ, talking about LJ Johnson, of course, versus Samar. Who do you got? Who do you think's more talented? Who's the better back? Who do you think Texas will land? Where do you think they'll go? What do you think those guys are thinking? Anyways, so big time, what are the next topics of conversation for my next live stream? I think I'm going to try doing these every single Wednesday, 8:30, maybe 9 o'clock. Probably looking like 8:30 or 9 o'clock on Wednesday is when I'm going to go ahead and look and do these. Very much want to thank you guys for sticking in with me. So we have Adam West is in here right now. And the Fast German are the only two that it's showing. Samar is more speedy and elusive. LJ is more power and willing to try. Well, they're both very similar in the 40-yard dash, talking about Samar Wheaton and LJ Wright. Isn't one of them a 4.42 and 4.44, and then one's a 4.22? Very close. Parker's 6'5", 325. The big boy from Tennessee. Okay. And why is it that you like Parker? What is it that you see about Parker, or what is it? What makes you believe Texas has a realistic chance of getting a commitment from him? JoJo. And bended shoulder. All right. Is there anything else I got that I would like to speak about? Yeah, they're 0.1 in second and 40. Right. What you're talking about of them as so Samar is more speedy and elusive. LJ is more power and willing to truck some dudes. Yeah. And what I like about LJ and talking about his more power is he cuts with power, right? Whenever he has that jump step, whenever he has that jump jab, jump cut as it's called, it just looks powerful how he does it. You know what I mean? So that is a little bit more difference in the two. Yeah, this might be more reachable. Yeah. But we need some of these offensive tackles, because that's definitely the position of need, as well as middle linebacker, because besides Cooks, I mean, do we have a middle linebacker B? You know, like, do we have a second take choice at a middle linebacker besides Cooks out of I don't think we do we? So you definitely like man, I like him, man. The crazy legs, I call him. He has that high knees running style that he brings to the table, without a doubt. Yeah, I like him. I think it's strange to watch his film, because obviously I watch a lot of film, as I'm sure you do as well, on football players and recruits and athletes in general. And when we talk about running backs, they're usually one of the faster guys in the field, and especially at these lower divisions. He's usually the fastest guy in the field. You hand the ball to him, right? Well, Jonathan Brooks, whenever he's tearing down the sideline, whenever he does quote unquote break away, he keeps on checking back from behind him because he knows he's slow. He knows that he's going to get caught from behind. It's just funny to be whenever I see a running back, especially someone keep on checking behind and make sure that he's not going to get caught from behind. I don't know if you picked up on that whenever you were looking at Jonathan Brooks' film or whatnot, but yeah, definitely. ASU linebacker. Yeah, we're not really having much luck with transfer linebackers from that state as of recently, are we? Yeah, we didn't get Fields. We didn't get Fields because of his relationship with the coach, with his linebacker coach from West Virginia. So it was the same man that recruited him at the University of Arizona is now the linebackers coach at West Virginia. So he missed out on that one. But yeah, Colin Schooler, I did hear about that without a doubt. That was a few days ago though, correct? Talking about Colin. Let's see what else we got. Logan. Well, Adam, I very much appreciate you showing up. I very much appreciate you guys sticking with me to the very end here. Anything else? Anything else right quick? I'm just about to wrap it up. I'm pretty tired. Like I said, I was did daddy daycare, did daddy schooling today. I had to figure that out. I don't know if y'all are having to deal with that at home. I have to take care of my kiddos. As you saw, young Sawyer come in and busted in my video. Hopefully he's asleep already. Need to go check up on the kids. Tavion Sanders. I believe, could be a linebacker. Oh, wow. Man, I have not heard that. Of course, he really wouldn't. He's a 2000. Yeah, he's a 2021 guy, so it's not like he would very much help us out this year. But he's such a versatile athlete. Him and Bowman both, man. They are probably the best 1-2 players in the whole entire state, without a doubt. And they're both that Denton Ryan school. So when you make that Denton Ryan pipeline, they recently just had an offensive lineman transfer, move to however you want to say it in high school. He just moved to the Denton Ryan area, and he's going to forget his name off the top of my head, but he is going to program it. It's someone that we definitely offered as well. Forget his name off the top of my head though. Sanders, I think, is just too see. That's exactly what I believe. I believe he's our jack linebacker, right? I believe Jatavion Sanders is going to battle it out with Derek Harris Jr. for that first shot at being the first recruit. They really recruited on campus to be that jack linebacker spot. We got the walk-on linebacker who played versus Utah. Okay. Was that today? Hey, thanks, man. I try to stay enthusiastic. I try to stay positive about everything. That's kind of sort of my spiel. It's kind of sort of stick. So thanks a lot, Speedy German, and we will see you soon. Thank you, my friend. I look forward to hearing from you. And keep your all right, man. All right, Adam. I'm gonna roll it on out of here, brother. I appreciate you showing up. Very much appreciate the support. Appreciate it, guys. Okay. I guess I didn't really much read much of the practice report today. Like I said, I did not watch anything that had to do with Texas football today. I did not read one article about Texas football today. I did not read one tweet at all. I was eyes open to just right now. So, as I'm sure all you guys were as well. Anyways, hashtag slot you, hashtag flip JoJo, because we need all those guys. I appreciate everybody showing up. Keep your head in the swivel and your eyes on Texas. Thanks a lot, guys.